Hello everyone, I am Leonie Marie Marijes, and today I will be discussing about the Ausubel's meaningful verbal learning, or also called as subsumption theory. So let us know what that's theory all about. So Ausubel's theory of learning, or subsumption theory, is concerned on how individuals learn large amounts of meaningful materials from the verbal or textual presentation, especially in school settings. Because David Ausubel's rather proposed this theory because of other psychologists or theories criticize on the expository or the teaching manner of every teachers in having their lesson, because they believe that students are just passive when it comes to new content or expository. So David Ausubel made an improvement to it. He made this subsumption theory, which is one of the most important tools, so that the students can no longer be a passive in the discussion, is the advanced organizer, because he believed that through the advanced organizer, students will have an overview or has a key term that they will learn, or they will connect their existing learning to the new topic. So that was the essence of, or that was the application of the Ausubel's theory. Then also, there are lots of theories that can connect or has a interrelatedness to Ausubel's theory, especially Gestalt, the schema. Also, so for Brunner's, that was about the spiral learning model. And one of the most theory that inspires Ausubel was Jean Piaget, of course, especially to those first college students there. I know that you can relate that Jean Piaget, you cannot forget who is Jean Piaget, and that was influenced by Ausubel's in proposing his verbal learning or subsumption theory. So that would be all, hoping that you will learn something, just a little bit or more than of it. So throughout the topic, how are we going to apply the application, which is multiple intelligences, during our class discussion. So it works like this. First, before the formal discussion, I will be having an introductory activity, which is described somewhat like an advanced organizer about the theory of Jean Piaget. And I will be asking the students how they are related to this theory, and they will name it or have that stages in every theory, sensory motor and so on. So after the discussion, after they learn on it, of course, we will have an activity based on their understanding or comprehension, of course, to the discussion. First is the logo making. We will be grouping them according to their multiple intelligences. Verbal or the linguistics, then spatial, then they will be fused into one group, the verbal and the spatial. The next would be the kinesthetic and the musical. So those are four, because during the activity for the past activity of Miss Hannah there are only four of the multiple intelligences that are lots of members. So they will be choosing these four and fuse them into by two, so they will have two groups. So they will be making a logo that will represent what group or what multiple intelligences they have. The next would be the concept mapping. Concept mapping, they will design creatively, they will design, it depends on them, how are they going to design their advanced or organizer concept map relating to the discussion or to the topic that we are discussing. Then after the concept mapping, of course, the most awaited time is the fashion show. They will show their concept map in a creative way. And the kinesthetic and the musical will sing based from their concept map in a jolly way, and then the kinesthetic will, of course, will dance. So they will have a collaboration. The musical will sing, and the kinesthetic group will going to dance of it. Next would be the verbal and spatial. Spatial will have their painting. Of course, they will presenting or they will make the concept map. So the linguistics are going to, of course, make a poem about or from their concept map on how they present. So that is how the application will run throughout the discussion, or how can it be applied during the topic of us. So that would be all. Thank you. Goodbye.